Good morning, beautiful people. This is Coach Callahan, and I'm here this morning with a word. A word. I just got done walking, and I had some time to think. I usually make my videos while I'm walking, but today I decided to make the video when I got back in the vehicle. To give myself space with no distractions, because when I'm walking, we got people over here working on construction, and we got people walking as I'm walking. So I decided to do it in the vehicle so I would not have no distractions. And I gotta push out 2 videos this morning, so I'm gonna make these short, because obviously when I go past a certain point, my videos be getting deleted, and then I don't want to have to restart it and do it again. So this video is entitled, "What happened to the men?" We're going to speak about the men this morning. What happened to the men that the people before us, our family members, spoke about? Now, every man that was back then, or our people spoke about, they didn't have it all together. They didn't. But it's not like it is right now in this generation. Let's talk about it. I'm gonna talk about it. Back then, from the stories that I have heard, the research I have done, and just hearing different stories from different people, the men of the house, they was the person that led the family, right? And it speaks in the Bible. The man is the head. They supposed to lead, right? So, back then, the men, they worked and they brung home the bread, the money. You know what I'm saying? They brung home the money, you know what I'm saying? And they helped in different areas. You know what I'm saying? They kept the house above float, as well as the woman of the house, because she made sure everybody was good, fed, bathed, any and everything within the household. You know what I'm saying? And some of them did work, but some of them didn't. They didn't have to work. But the men, they went out, they worked, they did what they supposed to have done, or whatever the case may be. And I know right now in this age and time, it's a little different, and we're gonna get there. But they still did their cheating too. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them still did their cheating. They seen women on the side, they did whatever. But that could have been fixed, right? You know what I'm saying? If they would have got the tools that they needed, like these programs that people have out there. There's a lot of programs out here to be able to help men with their desires. We got therapy. We got all sorts of stuff, to help people nowadays. If they would have had that back then, or if my culture would have believed in the therapy works, but it was always back then, basically suck it up, be a man. You're tough. Men don't cry. I hate that. It's okay to cry. But we're not going to get on that, because I'm going to get sidetracked. But, if they would have had the resources back then, it would have made them better men. And if they would have had communication, been able to talk to their significant other, it would have made it better as well. It could have been fixed right then and there. Now let's talk about this generation we got going on right now. And I'm not saying everybody. That's not what I'm saying. But let's talk about some of the men we have in this generation now. Some of them don't want to work. They'd rather sit at home and play video games. They'd rather drive around in their significant other's vehicle all day. They'd rather sell drugs. They'd rather do all the stuff. Put their hands on women's. Have multiple women, because they don't know their self. All this foolishness is going on today in this society. We have fathers that don't know how to be a father, or don't desire to be a father, or they just doing the bare minimum because they can, and that's not okay. Some of the men, they do the bare minimum and not in their children's life, or can't teach them anything, no valuable things to take with them throughout life. They don't have the time to play with them. They don't have the time to sit down and have talks with them. They don't have time to help them with their homework. They don't have time to do anything with these children. Girls need their father. Boys need their fathers. But I feel like I'm not going to say I feel like boys need their father more than girls. They both need their fathers. But it's certain things that a man can show a boy and tell a boy versus a mother trying to do it, right? We don't have men to take the time to do that because they're getting spoon-fed, so to speak, by these women out here doing it. And I used to be one of those women. You give a person so much, why would they do anything different? You already doing everything. So since you're doing everything for this man, he's not having to do anything. How is he going to show up for his kids? And if he wasn't given the tools that he needed in his childhood, because his mother didn't give it to him, because his mother babied him and didn't allow him, I'm not going to say allow, that's not the word I'm looking for, didn't expose him to the things that he's supposed to be doing, he can't pass it along to his child. So now we got a situation where we have children that don't have a sense of direction because the fathers have failed them. Now we're talking about the males right now. Now I understand that some females have failed children too, but we're talking about the males today. They failed the children. They out there doing all types of wild sort of things. They don't know things that they need to know, that a man is supposed to teach them. A man is supposed to lead. How is a father supposed to show a child how to lead when they don't even know how to lead? Because they have had people in their life to pass them along, being spoon-fed, not having to do anything, not having to show up for themselves. So how can they show up for their children? But if you want it and you want to change, you're going to do the necessary steps to be able to change. And these men are not doing that. From being lazy, I said it, from being lazy and just feel like that, why should I if I got everything I need and want and I don't want for anything? But when that back is against the walls, I bet you they move. But in order for that back to be excuse me, y'all, I'm getting ahead of myself. For their back to be against the wall, they have to lose some things. So, which meaning they have to lose the things that these people, women, mothers, whatever the case may be, are doing for them. They have to lose that to be able to gain it for themselves, to be able to give it to their children. The youth right now is suffering. The youth is suffering right now because it's parents that's not there for them. It's men that's not there for their children right now, and it's sad. And I'm making this video to tell whoever it come across in this video resonate with you, do better. The youth is suffering right now because you're not in position, because you're not in alignment. And if you feel like that you are struggling, reach out for help. And I know that's easier said than done, but reach out for help. And this is Coach Callahan, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Y'all be blessed.